What's up and welcome back to another video, guys, and it is December 1st, meaning that in just 1 month time, we're going to be getting our January 1st set wave, the first wave of 2025 for LEGO Star Wars. And as of right now, we actually know of every single set that we're going to be getting on January 1st, let alone we actually have images for all of these sets. So today I figured I would go through and show you guys and take a look at all of the different sets that we're going to be getting on January 1st. So without further ado, let's get right on into this video. The first set coming out on January 1st, and also maybe one of the most controversial of this entire wave, is set 75401, Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor. Coming in at $44.99 USD at 290 pieces with 3 minifigures. This is a set that I, as well as a ton of other people, believe to be overpriced, but putting the price aside, I still think it is a very solid set. I think the build is really good, except I do think the back of the cockpit looks a little bit odd. I don't know if that's just me, but I do think it just looks a little weird. But other than that, I think the build is very nice, and I do think the minifigures are great in this. The new version of Ahsoka with these shorter, like the medium legs, is super good. I'm very excited to see that and actually finally get that in hand. And the new version of Anakin is also really sick. Anakin's one of my favorite characters, so a new minifigure of him is always appreciated. And finally getting our R7 back. Only ever appeared in the Ahsoka's Starfighter all those years ago, so it was a very expensive astromech droid, and now it's going to be more accessible. I mean, it isn't a $45 set, but going to be more accessible than the previous one, so I am really looking forward to this set. I just think it's very unfortunate, the price. I think this should be a $30 set, $35 maybe max. Just looking at the previous ones, Interceptors used to be 25 bucks, you know, you throw in the extra fig, it goes up to 30, but it doesn't go up to 45. I just think the pricing is a little bit high on this one, but overall, I do think it is going to be a very solid set. So this set 75403, Buildable Grogu and Hovering Pram, coming in at $99.99 with 1,048 pieces and 1 minifigure. Overall, this set's not really one that's for me. I don't really like the buildable characters, and I'm not the biggest fan of The Mandalorian, but I can't argue this build is actually pretty good. I know some people were a little bit upset at the price looking at the previous buildable Grogu that we got, but I do think that the build here and the design is really good. I think the Pram looks really good. I love the white and yellow on it as well. I just think overall it was done very well by LEGO. And I think Grogu himself also looks really good, and I love the little bug that he has and that he comes with. I do remember that from the show. Kind of funny that they included it, and I'm very happy that they did. So overall, I don't hate it. It does come with that little mini Grogu, or the minifigure scale Grogu, and his little Pram as well, which is really nice, and the little plaque as well. Overall, I think this is a very solid set. Not one that I'm probably gonna buy. It's not really something that I'm into, but I do think that it turned out pretty good, and I am going to be excited to see this one in hand once people start to review it. Next set is set 75404, the Acclamator Assault Ship. It is the mini scale version, coming in at $49.99 with 450 pieces and no minifigures. Now, I don't know if this is just because I'm not a big fan of the mini scale, but looking at the picture of this, it just seems lackluster, especially for 50 bucks. Now, this just might not be me. I'm not really big on the mini scale sets, and I am still kind of sour that they did replace the dioramas, because I was a pretty big fan of the dioramas. So seeing the mini scale come in and kind of push them away, kind of upsetting me. But looking here at the actual Acclamator build, it's not that it's bad, I just feel like something is missing. I think the stand is really good though on this. I mean, I know it's just your kind of your default stand, but the stand does look really good. I just think that, I don't know, it's something about the build. I can't place it though. Let me know in the comments if you can figure out what I'm trying to say, because I have no clue. But overall, it's a solid build. It's definitely a clean build. It's a ship that I've wanted to see in LEGO form, so I'm happy to finally get it, even though it is in mini scale. And I'm excited to see this one in hand and see how it all comes together. But from the photos, it does look to be a pretty solid build. Next up, we have another mini scale set being set 75405, the mini scale Home 1 Star Cruiser, releasing for $69.99 USD, coming in at 559 pieces with 0 minifigures. Now, this is a set, or a ship, that a lot of people have been wanting to see in LEGO form for a while, me included, and I think it definitely was the right play to go with the mini scale, because it would just have to be such a huge ship. And I do think that the design on it actually turned out really good. There's some great detail looking at the photos, and just all of the different rounded edges, and just overall I think this looks really good. However, I think for the price, it's a very expensive mini scale set. I think it is just coming to me not really enjoying the mini scale that much. I much prefer play sets and UCS sets, so this is probably where I'm coming from with this. It's just not really for me, but I can't argue. I do think that the build looks great. I really love all the different angles, all the different slopes, and looking at the photos, there's only like barely any studs visible as well, which is really cool. I think LEGO definitely knocked it out of the park with the design here. I do just think it is a little bit of expensive expensive, but I do think the design is good enough to warrant that if you are into the mini scale sets. It's just not necessarily a set that is for me. Next up, probably the least exciting set on this list is set 75410, the Mandalorian or Mando and Grogu's N1 Starfighter in the 4+ version, coming in at $29.99 with 92 pieces, 3 minifigures. It looks bad, okay? I mean, it's a 4+ set though, so what do you expect? But look at that build. It looks like something that I would put together with just a random bucket of pieces. And I understand that's what it's supposed to be. It's for the younger audience, for the four-year-olds to, you know, get into Lego, to build, make it easier. But I do think that the 4+ sets are criminally overpriced for $30 for this. But overall, I mean, I guess the build, it is what it is. There are some cool minifigures here with the Mandalorian, Grogu, and the R5-D4. Overall, you know, it's the same Mandalorian, same Grogu, just, I don't know, it's just a very boring set. I'm assuming that you guys aren't the target audience. Same with me. I mean, it looks like there's not really any cool play features on there, but overall, I mean, it's a 4+ set. What do you expect? And let's move on to our last set. Now the set that I'm sure most of you were most excited for, including me, we have set 75402, the ARC 170 Starfighter, coming in at $69.99 with 497 pieces and 4 minifigures. Now this is one of the most anticipated of the leaked sets, and for good reason. It's ARC 170, way overdue for a remake. It's one of my favorite ships, and I don't think LEGO disappointed with this one. I think the build is very, very clean, and it looks very good in my opinion. I do think it turned out really great, and you're also getting all of your minifigures in there with Oddball, Jag, the clone pilot, and your R4 P44, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is one that I was very excited to see. I'm a huge fan of the ARC 170. This is definitely going to be a day one pickup for me, and I think for the price that it is at that $70 mark, I don't think it's too bad of a deal. This is definitely one that you're gonna be able to find on sale. I feel like for most people, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I don't think most people buy sets on release day. You just wait for them to go on sale. If you do, I mean that's kind of just a piece of advice that I see from a lot of people. Waiting for these sets to go on sale is definitely going to prove to be beneficial to your wallet, because the Lego prices are getting up there, and they do tends to go on sale for 20% off very often on like Amazon and Target and stuff like that. So not necessarily that most of these are a day one buy. I think the only one here that would be a day one buy for me is going to be this ARC 170, because I just think it's a very good clean build, and I'm very excited to see this. And I think the minifigures are very good as well. I know there were a lot of people upset that it was not coming with that Jedi, but I do kind of like just having the pilots and the droid. This is going to be an army buildable one if there are people out there who want to army build their ARC 170s. And overall, very solid set, and I'm super happy that we finally got a remake of the ARC 170. And that is going to do it for this video. That was all 6 sets slotted to release on January 1st of 2025 for LEGO Star Wars. Let me know down below in the comments which one you're most excited for and which one is your favorite of these sets. And if you're going to be buying any of these day one, thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. Drew signing out.